Christmas part 2 here at Stamps by Me. Woo! How to Craft Network. Now, I'm a bit of a giddy kipper this evening. I haven't had my tea. It's coming though, but I have a lovely show lined up for you guys. And I want to open the show firstly by thanking you all for purchasing our first Christmas launch. You all absolutely loved it. The design team have continued to make makes and samples, and I'm going to show you those. So if you had made purchases for our lovely holly and berry and general chestnut, not cheesewig. Stop, guys. You're all calling him that on purpose now. General chestnut, I've got even more samples to show you. So if you like to screen grab, take a picture on your phone for inspiration so you can get yours home. When you've got yours home, or if you've got yours home, you can replicate or you can make your own twist on our lovely design team makes. I love inspirational cards, and I've been going through them all. I've got a few more piles here. I was like, oh, it's just never ending. I'm not going to get bored of this Christmas collection. I really am not. Holly and berry is up there. It really is up there. But this is part 2. Now, I did say to you that this was a little mini launch, and it is a little mini launch. This is our festive brooches. Now, these are a little bit different. I've never seen anything like this before. Personally, in my opinion, you're all going to go, I've seen that before. I'm all joking. You probably haven't. But it's just so unique. And I think these are going to tick the box, just like the joy, the greetings, and winter, because they're on a lot of the design team samples this year from last year. And it's just one of those things that I think you're probably going to get out year in, year out. And that's the great thing about Stamps by Me and Christmas, right? We do it so well that they never end up in the sale, they never get resold, and they always see another year. Always, always, always. That makes me very happy because I know it's an investment that you're all going to use all the time. Did I miss a question there, Tim? Oh, we've got somebody from Berlin on. Sorry, the comments move so fast when we first open the shows. Now, tonight is going to be a great show. We're having giveaways, spinny wheels. Let's see if we can get somebody to win a £100 voucher on the website. We really don't stop until somebody actually wins, which is crazy. And we'll do some shout outs for those. I also have an amazing deal drop as well. Now, you're probably thinking, deal drop, what's all that? Well, it's something new, as you just saw there. Did you see? If you blinked, you missed it. This is our deal drop this evening. So before I get into any newness, because we have some new waste-free dies as well, some new shapes. So maybe you're going to like those too. But before I get into it, let's have a look at our deal drops that are in the show. We do have 2 items. Look at all this posh, fancy graphics from Tim here. You can tell he's very passionate about making the studio amazing for you all. I just walk in and put my lippy on. Oh, yeah. Like you all believe that. So before we even start, let's share the show. Let's give it some hearts. Come on, I want to see some hearts. Let's get sharing. And let's have a crafty community chat. If you've got any questions, please shout out. Have you been playing with your goodies? I have seen some of the makes. I'm also going to do a quick run through some of our products that we launched a couple of weeks ago as well, just in case you missed our show. But we had a fantastic, fantastic Christmas launch. To say that we haven't been on UK TV properly this year, me and Tim always brainstorm what we're going to do, if we think it's going to work, if we're not sure, and we never know how things are going to go because we haven't been on TV this year. And when I see people, or I see people on TikTok, or we see them at the shows, they always go, "Oh, I thought you'd stopped crafting when Creating Craft stopped." Like, what? I have been here every hour of every minute, working my backside off relentlessly to ensure my customers have the best experience, and I never let them down, and nothing's changed from that on. We had a fantastic launch, so I do appreciate every single one of you, and thank you so much. Now, the orders have taken a little bit longer to get out the door because of the mayhem with the tariffs, but we're getting on top of it. So if you have a previous order on, you can add to previous order as well. So that's a little bit of a Brucey bonus. But let's just have a look at the two items. Now, you can see Cerulean Charm here, and we've also got Shabby Chic. Now, the price isn't shown on the screen. It's only shown to you as an individual when it's added to your basket. If you add it to your basket and you like the savings, check it out and you'll get the deals. 20% off. 20% off, which is awesome, because if you already have 20% off because you have points and you are already a club member, yes, I'm giving it away. Okay, so have a look at that one. Before I actually go to the other side to talk about anything new, I've got some lovely pre-cut pieces for you all as well. Let me just give you that little bit of education that I like to give you all real quick, guys. We now have the fast grab inspiration, which I've been talking about now for about 2 weeks. So you will all see now that below all of our videos, we have the inspiration focused on that particular item. So when I'm doing my demos, if you hear me going, well, this is this and that is that, that's just because I want to get that fast grab. So if anybody's watching my website at 1 a.m. in the morning, they can capture the information they need to grab that product and be instantly inspired. So that's the reason why, okay? So let's have a quick look at Cerulean Charm. We will be spinning the wheel. This is not an official one, but watch it land on 100 now. Ah! Nearly. £5, but that's not a winner. Nobody's won £5, don't worry, we haven't started yet. I need to get through all of the products first. Yes, great shout. So the live deal drop, which we are introducing on this very first Christmas show, is called Live Deal Drop for a reason. It only lasts the hour and a half. It drops off. So if my show goes on for 2 hours, the last half an hour we're done. But we put it on for extra half an hour in case I overrun, which we did last time. We did a show and it took 2.5 hours because we're having so much fun. So if you can, if you are on Facebook, share. If you are in the States, let us know where you are in the world, and just come along for the fun. Now, I do say, and I sound like I'm saying the same stuff all of the time. Cerulean Charm's already selling fast. Well done, guys. I say every single time, we do not expect you to spend your money, okay? I know you're all like, you're mad, you are. Everybody says it to me, you're mad, you are. I'm not mad, but I understand that craft is a hobby and it can be an expensive one, but we do not expect you to purchase every single time. We're here every week with potentially something new, or we revisit earlier products. So if you're thinking, I can't watch because I'm not going to buy it, that's a load of coswallop, okay? Come and say hello to your crafty friends regardless. My community is built on the back of community. That's it, nothing else, okay? So we've got Sarah in Dallas, we've got Shannon on, Carol, Phil, Fed Eugenia, Snuffy Snow, of course, as always, Iris, Michaela, Audrey, Michaela, I got your amazing samples from embossing folders. Thank you so much. They will be used. They are blooming brilliant. So thank you so much. So make sure we give some hearts. We've got Cheryl on too. Oh, we've got lots of you on. I can't breathe. Anyway, come on. So we've got Cerulean Charm. Let me just show you the papers because some people might not have seen these papers. I'm just going to show you the 12x12, but the kit comes with a 12x12, a 7x7 and a topper pad that has bookmarks and seed packets and little mini envelopes and things like that. So let's have a quick look and then we'll get to the other side and have a look at our wonderful new brooches. This is beautiful. This is like a game change in colour from our Holly and Berry, guys. Really, really lovely. Oh, so nice. I love the blue tones in these. So I think you'll get a feel of what the actual collection is about, me just showing you this wonderful 12 by 12. And the deal drop, live deal drop, applies on the Shabby Chic paper collection as well. The hues that all coordinate beautifully, you can see that in the bottom corner there as well. And the live deal drop will last for 1.5 hours. All your products are attached to the bottom of the show. If you are watching on my-telly.com, you can scan your basket and send it straight to your phone or your iPad if you wish. If you're watching on Facebook, we have copied and pasted all of the links in. And if you are watching on YouTube, the link is at the top of the comments. And if you are watching on my website changes when I'm live. It looks like a whole new website when I'm live, and all of the products are linked below in order for you. So check this out. You can also scan the QR code to shop the show on the screen if that's helpful too. I mean, how long have we been doing QR codes now? Come on, you all must be really good at it. We've been doing QR codes for 10 years, Tim? Maybe not 10, 8? Just guessing. It's been a long time, guys. We've worked through a lot of QR codes. I think we were one of the first, don't you think? There we go. So you get all of your lovely embellishments. So there we go. So that's Cerulean Charm. So have a look at that one if you want to add it to your basket at the end when you've seen the newness. Of course, you can do that. So let's go to the other side. Let's go to the dark side and let's have a look at our brand new, lovely, lovely brooches. I'm calling them brooches. Can call them what you wish, really. But these are incredible. Now, I've just walked from one studio to the next. It took me a whole 2 or 3 seconds. Now, I had a class on Saturday and the ladies said, can we see studio? I was like, of course you can see my studio. And they walked in, they're like, Toni, I'm not saying it's small, but it looks so big on the telly. I'm like, it is big, and it is big, guys. But when you see it on TV, it feels bigger because Tim's done it in such a way. It's light, it's bright, it's airy, and all of the girls came in, they were all like looking at the lights. All the cat couldn't believe how many cameras. The space station where Tim sits, they were just like absolutely in awe. I was like I was having like a little proud moment going, yeah, I did this. We did this. Tim built this for us as a family and for you guys at home. They're all stood there. We couldn't get everybody in. It was lovely, really lovely. So let's have a look at our brand new collection. Now, I've put it in a placement of 3 here, but they're not as a bundle because I felt like you've already invested in our Christmas one previous. So they're all on as individuals and you can purchase as you please. Now, please do know that the brooches individually and the 2 next waste-free dye designs are 5. They are buy 3, save the extra 10. Just to help you out if you are thinking about buying the 3 brooches, you'll get 10% off or one of these and 2 of those or vice versa. You choose, okay? Now, the brooches are really unique and I'll explain more when I get to the demo side, but basically in a nutshell, we have a Christmas version and we have an everyday version. So down at the bottom here, we have this lovely sort of like design that says hope, love and joy. These are big dies, guys. These are focals on cards. They're not tiny, they're focals on cards. So you have love, hope and joy. Now this can be utilized completely on its own. It doesn't need the brooches, okay? So this is your lovely festive sort of design, should you wish, okay? $18.99, item number 180624 Bravo. But as we move to this side here, we have your everyday words. So we have the cracking big wonderful and we have the wow, okay? So you have an everyday version and you have a Christmas version, but you only need to buy the brooches the once. Now, the brooches fit seamlessly on the O's of both of these packets of words, and they interchange. So you have florals, you have a dove, you have butterflies, you have a Christmas tree, you have some tulips, you even have a lovely couple. So great, I've tried to give you images that are going to work the whole year. So anniversary, wedding, you know, sympathy with the butterflies and the dove. We have a little bit of Christmas in there. Then we've got floral, which is obviously every day. So the brooches fit seamlessly within the O's, I call them zeros, of all of our incredible words. And I'm going to show you some different techniques on how to use them. But here we go. So just check these. I'll just pull these to the front here. So you can see joy, and then the brooch is put seamlessly on the O in the centre to give that 3-dimensional design there. What about using the whole word on a card there with your look at this. That is an incredible card. That is just the simplest card, but because the font is timeless and the interchanging brooch, what are we all thinking? I'll have a look when we get to the other side. You've got that interchanging brooch, you can change them up all year round. So we have Joy on here, and you can see the rest of the collection on that card. That is a great shot. So we have the oak slice, we have general chestnut, you have your lovely pine cones. These are things you're going to get year and year out. Then look at this belt. If you love a little bit of texture, layers, a little bit of vintage, then you have that one. But look at this one too. So the words can be utilised on their own. So if you're looking at it thinking, do you know what, I don't think I'd use the brooches, Toni. I love the idea, love the concept, but it's not something I would use in my craft. Maybe the words as a standalone are something that you would use. So you have options with your purchases. But when I get to the other side, I'll show you how you can build them up like embellishments, make them look like MDF embellishments. But I'll also show you how you can heat emboss them to make just the O in the centre sparkly. And please do know as well, all of the images inside the brooches can be cut away and then put onto a second design to create like a patterned paper tree or a couple with a silhouette inside a patterned paper brooch. So there's just so many options. So let's have a look at some of the samples. So, I mean, clean and simple, in their simplest form, they are stunning, absolutely stunning. So, but if you do want to jazz them up, the brooches can also be used on their own. So if you have words that already might be similar to this, maybe not the same size because these are quite big, you can just get the brooches and look at what you could do with just the brooches. So you can build the brooches in places where you wouldn't traditionally put them to. So you have so many options. Look at that. A little bit of a mixed media card. That it looks like a brooch because of that heat embossing. We're going to do this demo. So if you'd have cut this O in that pattern paper and in the gold as well and cut away the butterfly, you could have put the butterfly back on in gold and have the exterior as the paper and the butterfly in gold in the centre. What about dark and moody? What about with your card kits? Just tilt that forward because it's white on white. There we go. Look how beautiful it looks just in the white as well. Absolutely incredible. And that's the one on the front. There is just so many samples. So there we have. So they're not a bundle, guys. You decide which ones you love. If you want all three, then you'll save the extra 10. But if there's just components and elements that you're going to use, maybe you will like something from the second waste-free die, and then you can build up and get that 10% off. Or if you want to get that lovely Cerulean charm, which is the deal drop, live deal drop, you can add that to your basket as well. Do we like them? Stunning. I'll have a look when I come to the other side. It's okay, I'll have a look when I come to... Stunning. Samples are stunning. Do we like the idea of them, guys? A little bit unique, right? I knew I wanted to do brooches at the time we were designing General Chestnut. I knew that's what I wanted to do. How it came to light, I'm not quite sure. I think it was a little bit of bouncing off my graphic designer and Tim at the same time. So I absolutely love them. And that word on a card on its own with maybe a little poinsettia from your holly and berry set just on the corner, and all look amazing. Now the next two items on the counter are two of our next dies. Now the last one we did the corner curve, we did the wavy, we did two squares as well. Now you have options with these ones. Now these are generic ones, okay? These are your oval and your rectangle. But if you don't have an oval and a rectangle nesting system, then you need one because they're brilliant on your cards and they create a lot of dimension on your cards and create cards with interest. These two have the dash dot detail in there. We did these a long time ago in a bigger size. These fit onto a 5x7 card absolutely beautifully. So again, this is still part of the buy the 3, the save the 10. So if you bought 2 brooches and one of these, you'd get the 10. Or if you're just buying one item, just buy what you're going to use, okay? So let's talk about the first item, which is your ovals. So this one has 10 nesting dies in there. This one's called Stitch Oval. We're going to cut these through, and this one is $24.99 and it is 200225 Bravo. And then the second one on the counter is your rectangles. We all need a rectangle, right? So this one is a rectangle design. This one has 9 dies in it. Again, it has that dash dot detail as well. This one is the $24.99 as well, because they are heavy. They have a lot of metal, and this item code is 200225 Charlie. So those are your 2 waste-free. Now, you probably, if you didn't watch my shows earlier and you're wondering why on earth have you called them waste-free, some might say it's a gimmick. I call it education, okay? So basically, if you put them all on the same sheet of paper, you get so many beautiful frames. So instead of wasting and just using the 1 die and not utilising the rest of the paper, which is a crying shame, put them all on together and create the nested frames, okay? And you can move them around, give your cards dimension. So that's why I called them the waste-free dies. Now, the next item on the counter is Holly and Berry. We've touched on this 2-3 times. I've done lots of demos with this one. It's incredible, okay? But I have more samples. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to get it back out. I'm going to show you the new samples from our design team, and I've got more samples over there too. But basically, it's a full, complete bundle. This is our recent launch, and this is our 12x12 Holly and Berry paper collection. You get the 12x12. Down by the bottom, you get 2 7x7s, a pattern, and a sort of skeleton leaf design, which is your breaker, with the solid colours in there. Moving to the mounts over here. So your mounts are like postcards. So you just add a sentiment, a ribbon. I'll show you some samples in a second. They are like postcards. They're super duper thick. And then down by the back here, you have your poinsettia and your foliage dies, which I have seen tons of you using on your makes already. They are, or I have seen, to have been able to pull the perfect size together for you. This one is $69.99. If you have your points with the 20%, the 5%, and you missed this, you might want to get it today. Item number 050925 Alpha. Let's have a look at some of the new samples, okay? So, as you all know, my design team are overworked, very tired, and I hope they don't sue me. But they continue to keep delivering and delivering and delivering amazing samples, and I am incredibly grateful, thankful, blessed. So here we are. Look at this with a little bit of fussy cutting. That is a nice card. Who's done that? No name. No name. I'm not sure who's done that. Own up if you're watching design team. And another lovely one using the elements. Now these are using your toppers. Bit of sparkle. Bit of twine. Look at that. Stencil leaf. You've all got the stencil leaves. Come on. What about going to town? This one's Paul. That's got an oak slice in the background. That sentiment is from your Festive baubles. That's one of the painted mounts. Another one. And then we have, because you've got the 12x12, you can create your own Bobby Dazzler envelopes. We love that, don't we? We'll be touching on those as well. And then using your acetate in windows over the mounts or the paper. So pretty, so much to show you. So item number 050925 Alpha. Are we all sharing? Let's get to the other side in a second and let's do some giveaways. Then we're going to get into product. I'll show you how to use the brooches, and then if I've got time at the end, I will showcase some of our lovely, lovely new samples from our design team. So come on, check it down. Watch it land on 100. That wasn't real, and it is, I think, on 100. That was a practice. Oh no! Right, come on. Let's have some fun, shall we? Nobody, one of you are all like kicking me now, aren't you? Throwing your slipper at TV like I always say. So lots of paper in the show, which is crazy, right? Because I've said buying paper for the States costs me money, but don't you worry about that. That is not your problem. Right, let's have a look at some of the items. So the first item I want to look at are your word brooches. Now I'm going to look at them independently first, then we'll bring them all in together and have some fun with them. I'll have a look. Has anybody got any questions so far? So far. Is everybody having fun? You're all like, who's won that 100 quid, Toni? Come on. I'll not be able to spin that again, you know. I'll not be able to spin it again. So let's have a look at your wonderful and wow. So the wonderful is quite big, guys. Quite big, but it goes beautifully on a square card. So you get the word wonderful and you get the word wow. Let me show you the size, and then I've already got some pre-cut pieces. I love these. So we have, make sure it's the right way. There we go. Oh, it's obviously going to be backwards when it's a die. And then the word wow. So you can see they're quite big, guys. So you can use them as independents. There is a lovely sample on the front. You can use them without the brooches as well. I really wanted to showcase them without the brooches because not everybody's going to want the brooches, but they are chef's kiss with the brooches, honestly. So let's go through these first. So this one is wonderful and wow, and it die cuts like this. So I've already cut some in white and in black. So here's, how nice is that? So we have a white wonderful, and then we have a white wow, excuse me. Like so. And then I've also cut it in the black as well. Pop my pieces out. You can see it in its black form as well. Look at that. The font is beautiful. Question. Will there be new baubles this year? Brenda, no, not this year. I know I spoke about it, and I did speak about papers. There's some papers, and there's another Christmas embossing folder, which is for HSN for you in a couple of weeks over on HSN. But this is probably all I'm going to do this year. So we have wonderful in black and we have wonderful in white. Let me show you, if you sort of like do a drop shadow, how wonderful the font looks when you do the drop shadow. Look at that. Really, really pretty. So there's the white and the black. And I've just cut them in black and white just to show you. As an entity on their own. So let's just move these to, so these are your everyday ones, okay? Everyday ones. Okay, so let me just move these to one side. Let's look at the second design, and then what we'll do is we'll bring them all back together for our brooches. So that one is your wonderful and wow. And then the second one we're going to look at is love, hope and joy. Love, hope and joy. So this one has 3 in there because these are a little bit smaller in design. I was very mindful I wanted some smaller ones as well because sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming when they're huge, right? So this one is item number 180624 Bravo. So let's have a look at these ones. So we have the word love. Joy, I love the joy, and I love the hope. I love the hope and joy. Hope, we all live in hope, right? They're nice, aren't they, guys? So you get an idea on the front of the packet here of the things, but the words on their own just look incredible. And then I've already gone ahead and cut some, so let's have a look. So we have the love in white. We have the joy. Love the fonts. And then we have hope. Nice, right? And then if you do the drop shadow effect, which is just awesome when you do these types of cards, aren't they? Like so. So if you want a bit of a shadow, they look awesome. And they're all quite generic, as Karen said there, even though they have a spin on Christmas and a spin on every day, they're all really quite generic. I've kept them quite, you know, all year rounders, not to be out just for Christmas. Not just for Christmas, guys. Let's just have a quick look at the word love. I'm just holding them, but you get the idea, don't you guys? So absolutely wonderful. So those are your 3 words: love, hope and joy collection, and that's this one here, and the item number is 180624. Bravo. So those are the words from that collection. Now let's have a look at the brooches. Birthday too, absolutely. So let's have a look at the brooches this time. Just put these ones away as well because I don't want to lose them. So the next one we're going to look at is decorative brooches. That's what it's called if you ever want to refer to it, decorative brooches. So you get like a flower, a butterfly, a dove, a couple, a tree, and then the lovely sort of like tulip design in there. And for reference, just so you know what size they are, they're 2 inch. Excuse the bit of paper in that one. That's me being scruffy and not cleaning when I've die cut for you all. Get that out if I can. There we go. So you get your 6 brooches, and you can see from the front here all of the different designs. If you want ink blend, use your sparkly glitter card, use your mirror board, use your embossing powders, use your waxes. If you want a watercolour, whatever you want to do, there's just so much possibilities with it, really. So let's bring in some of the brooches that I have gone ahead and cut. I mean, come on. I've cut some in white as well. Toni, do you have the word dies coordinate with the stamps that you did previously? No, I don't think so, sweetheart. Tree. But the wow is the most versatile. Yeah, you have to, if you're investing in just the one, you figure out which one you will use the most, because obviously we all make cards for different reasons. So you figure out, you do you, and buy the one that you know you're going to use, okay? I love this tree. I love this tree. So I'm just showing you a few of the examples here. Now, the brooches you saw from the samples can be used absolutely independently, okay? So pretty, so pretty. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring in some of the words, and I'll show you how they fit on top. But before I do that, shall we do a spin? Shall we do a winner? Let's get some names. I've got my phone. Let's get some winners in this house. Oh, I forgot to show you. Anyway, let me just show you these before I pick a winner. So I kept these particular ones aside, so it just showcased that some are for Christmas. But if you have the reflection collection, can you see the coordination and how it simply works? This is one of the mounts you have. So if you cut one of the words, pop it onto the mount, and then maybe add a flower or a stamp design on there, whatever, you know, you could have done a little bit of a flower over the side here. Just incredible. And they're sort of like sized in such a way that they're going to work with lots of Stamps by Me products, okay? So this is the Wonderful. And then I got this one for the tails and tweets to coordinate. So it all coordinates beautifully. And this is a belter. That's what I was saying about the tree. Look at the sparkle on there. Look at the word hope. Then you've got your wine glasses in the background. Add some sparkle. And then just an everyday one, look, where the brooch hasn't been put in the O. It's been put down here, so it looks like it's all connected. That's got a lovely drop shadow in. And that stamp in the back there is one of our our lamination stamps. So I just want to show you how, you know, I'm launching it at Christmas. It's part of our Christmas collection, but I'm always mindful that if you are spending your money, you need to be able to utilise it in more than just one way. So those are a handful of samples. Now let's do a giveaway. Cha. Right, are we ready? Let me get my phone. Let me get comments up. It's a good job my phone were on silent. Right, let me just get comments up. Just 1 second, guys. Phil, please exclude me from the prize draws. So if you're commenting, you're going to be in with a chance. So hopefully. Okay, are we ready? So it's a voucher code for the website to spend whenever you like. 2020. So that could be $20 or £20. Congratulations. Are we ready? So let's do a swipe through. So basically I just swipe, up and down, then I glance, and the first name that I try and keep it as fair as possible. And if I ever get the same, I'll move my eye down one or up one. There's no sort of like technicality behind who does and who doesn't win, okay? So let's go. Angela Regan. Angela Regan, you have just won £20 or $20, wherever you are in the world. Woohoo! How cool is that? We love to do a giveaway. Right, let's do another. Straight away. Straight away. $50. No, it's 5 that. I'm sure somebody's added that. I'm sure somebody's added that on by mistake. Are we ready? Michaela Brown. 50 quid for you, my lovely. Woohoo! It's expensive already. I've only done 2 spins. What happened to fivers? Congratulations. Woo! What happened to fivers? Come on. Right, come on, let's have a play. Let's have a play. Now, I just wanted to show you some of the techniques. So when you bring them all in together, look what happens. So you have so many different options. So these are just cut in the gold. And when you layer the brooches on top, look at that. Oh, make sure you glue them straight, obviously. So all of the brooches fit on all of the words, not just some of the words, okay? So if you wanted to do just black and white, of course you can do that. So nice, right? I would cut a few of them, stack them up, glue them up like an MDF piece and stick them on, and then you'd have that lovely raise. It just looks really nice, doesn't it? So the Christmas tree on. So what I was saying about, you know, interchanging like several is if you maybe take like the black one and then put that on there like so, and then have I got the gold one? Have I got another one? A gold one. So if you took the couple in the gold and then you took your scissors and you chopped away their little legs, so you're cutting the design out of the O, and then you put the couple onto the O in the gold, you have sort of like instant dimension there. Look at that. Do a little mini drop shadow if you want to. Imagine that for, not on the word joy, but on love. Maybe you could do a Valentine's card, couldn't you? And the tree as well. If you did the tree in a pattern paper and cut the tree away in pattern paper and put the pattern paper tree on there, you'd have black, gold and the pattern paper on there, wouldn't you? So those are sort of like, just sort of like integrating the brooches with the words. But let's do a little bit of heat embossing. Is that okay? So I'm just going to do another giveaway. And then I'm just going to show you the nesting waste-free dies as well. So let's just push this to one side. Let's do another giveaway. Love the size of the brooches. Can you use up you could use up your scraps. Get them all out and run them all through and put them all in a little container. That would be a great shout. Right, let's do another giveaway. We like to do giveaways, right? Will there be more to come? More brooches, probably not more words, more brooches. There will be probably. Let's just have a shout out to our friends over on Facebook. So we've got Beverly on. Hi, sweetheart. I hope you're well. Great samples, she says. Oh, thank you so much. We've got Sally Hastings. Your products and designs are always unique. Keep on being different. Well, that's really kind, Sally. Thank you so much. Beverly, again, very cool. Very cool. Right, okay, so spin, spin, spin. let's get some new comments in. Pat Mortram. Pat. Postman Pat. Let me write it down before I get. And you have won £15 to spend on the website. You'll be like, yeah, but I want my code tonight, Tony, because I want to spend my money tonight. And I'm going to be like, you're not having your code till morning. Spin, 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 says Brenda. Spin, 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 says Brenda. Okay, Brenda, okay. Spin, spin, spin. Five. Ready? Jessica Harrison. £5 to you. Woohoo! Now, I'm not spinning again. Let's not be greedy. Let's not be greedy, guys. Come on. Right, let me show you these dies. I've cut one of each because I might use them for a card. We'll see how it goes. I'll just move all of my lovely brooches. There's a nice pile there for my Christmas cards. Let me show you the stitch rectangle first. So this is, I need that out of the shot. Okay, so this is the stitch rectangle. This is 9 pieces. Let me show you it. It's big. Now, if you are getting a nice little bit of a nesting collection together, these are going to be a great starting point. It works like as beautiful from a 5x7 card all the way down. And you can use them to stamp your sentiments and things like that. And then they put the lovely dot dash detail in there. Am I writing on cardstock again? Stop. Yes, I'm writing on a card blank. It's like the walls have ears in this joint. Eyeballs as well. So here we go, look, so you can see that detail. So you've just got a nice creative matten layer. These are your workhorses, guys. If you nest them inside each other, you get the thin borders like I showed you from my last show. So if you are thinking about not wasting, get them all on, cut them all through in one and get those beautiful frames on your cards. So this one is called your stitched rectangle and it's got 9 pieces in there. This one is 200225 Charlie. This was $24.99. So we might use this on our card. So that's that one. And then let's have a look at this one. So this one is stitched oval and I've cut one of the ovals here. You know, I never use ovals, but I've cut an oval because I think, do you know what? I need to start using ovals because they do create a lovely shape on a card, particularly because of the curve. You can put your flowers around the curve, can't you? You really can sort of like embellish and not be worried about. Come on, I like the oval. The oval's grown on me. Really has grown on me. So this one is your stitched oval. This one's got 10 pieces. So Pat says she's got the original rectangle nesting squares and the squares as well. Probably that her most used dies. Well, well done, sweetheart. Well done. So here we are. Look at that. So these go right down in size. I love it when people tell me that they've got stuff of mine from years ago because that means I really did do my job great if you're still continuing to use my items. So stitched oval there, all of that, and then it creates this wonderful sort of like stitched matten layer there. 200225 Bravo, and this one is $24.99 and it is part of the brand new buy 3 save the extra 10. And then if you've got your points and you're in the club, you have some lovely savings to be had. So that one is stitched oval. Now let's do a giveaway and then let's do a little bit of a demo. Are we ready? Let me get my phone. Right, are we champion for 100? Julia says ovals are her favourite. Julia, next time or every time we're live, tell me, where's your ovals? Where's your ovals? Because I always go for rectangles and I need somebody to say to me, no, come on, change it up. Oh, Carol, great question, darling. What are the sizes in these dies? Let me show you, sweetheart. I'll get the largest. Is that okay? So this is the largest one, sweetheart, and this one is set 5x7. So the largest oval on this one's 5. I think they're going to be 5x7, sweetheart, because that's the template we have to work on. So that's the oval. The biggest one is 5 by 7. And then the rectangle, the biggest one is probably going to be very similar. But it's just under 5 and it's 7 tall. Can we see that there? Lindsay says, might have to order everything for school. So many options for Xmas cards so they don't all end up with the same designs. Oh, Lindsay. For my school. Lindsay, please message me. If you run a club or school and things like that, I have some bits and pieces for your lovely school that I'm sure you would absolutely appreciate. So please message me. So that's that. Right, let's do a giveaway. Where's my phone? My jeans are falling down. Another giveaway, yeah? What's up? Are you being grumpy? He went, another giveaway. Tell him, guys, come on. Can't have all this posh stuff, darling, and not do giveaways. Right, come on. Are we ready? I'll be on bread and jam tonight. I'm like, no, you're not bread and jam now. You couldn't do many giveaways. Oh, it's not the giveaway. It's saying he can't keep up with cameras. Oh, he's got his glasses on and all. What's this, guys? What's this? World's smallest violin. This is what it's like every day in our household. World's smallest violin. Come on, step up. Come on. Right. Be able to use these as card blanks, says Jan. Absolutely. I like bread and jam. Hey, I used to like sugar sarnies. Sugar sarnies, so you'd butter the bread and then you just get the whole sugar jar, like, you know, like the big jar that you had, and it had lumps in it from tea and coffee when you were a kid, because nobody ever put like a dry spoon in it. You just put a wet spoon in it, had clumps of rubbish in. So you'd always get a coffee. You'd always get a taste of coffee on your sugar sarnie. And you get the sugar bowl like that, and then you butter your bread, and then you'd put the whole jar on like that. And I'd do, listen, this is how I got into craft. This is my piece of bread, it's buttered, and then I'd do that with sugar jar like that, right? And then I'd get the slice of bread. I'd go with all the blobs of coffee and tea and things back in to the sugar jar. Sugar sarnies. Oh. Listen, I was a child. That question in relation to can make shaped cards. Of course you can make shaped cards. Look at that. Tim did that. He's happy with that. He keeps looking at it. Tim did that. Or you can make different shapes, you can jump and skip a few dies. Back in the day, listen, during the war, as they would say, come on, let's do a giveaway. So let's spin the wheel. Whoever wins this voucher, I'll send you a sugar sandwich in the post. Ba, 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 ba. Never heard of that, says Elaine. Oh, it is actually on 20, but if you do get it on that one, you can pick something from the show, but it's actually on 20. So let me just write the 20 down. How much did Jessica win? I've not written the price down. Was it 45? Jessica, how much did you just win? He's a keeper. Dripping on toast. Ooh. Ooh. So let's get a winner for this £20. Where's my phone? Got distracted now with fairy bread. Is that what it's called? Fairy bread, Paul? Did you know that, Tim? No? Fairy bread. Do you know what eggy bread is? Cheese and banana. Ooh, that's a bit posh. We never had any fruit. Right, let's get a winner. Oh. Right, are we ready? So this is for the 20. I need to know what Jessica won because that's distracting me a little bit as well. So I have to tell you that Cerulean Charm is selling quite fast. So some of you are getting some great deals. Tim's just attached it there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump onto Facebook and I'm going to pick a name. How many is actually on? Beverly and Sally, is that the two people that are on our USA page, Tim? Beverly and Sally, you're both getting a £20 voucher for being on Facebook and sharing and just for being there. So we have Sally, well done, sweetheart. I don't want to miss you out. Sally and Beverly. What did Jessica tell me what she won? Is it a five? Was it a five? I don't know what it was. Somebody remind me. Can you see how much she won, Tim? Listen. No, we're not doing that. Not playing the video back. I want to do a bit of a demo. Come on. It's 5 to 7. What are y'all playing at? Tammy says, I'm in the US. Well, welcome, sweetheart. You're in for, well, Jessica won 5. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel, sweetheart. Lovely to have your company. Now we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 giveaways, totaling over 135, something like that. I think the cost of giveaways on our last Christmas launch was about £400. So I'm not saying let's get there, but let's have some fun, right? Everybody's telling me now it's a £5. Okay, I get it. I should start listening, I know. Right, let's do some, I want to heat emboss one of these lovely words. So I'm going to go with the word hope, because I think hope is a wonderful word. I'm going to go with the black, then the white, and then I'm going to pick my embellishment. I do like the couple, but I do like the tree as well. So I'm going to go a bit different. I'm going to go with the tree, and I'm going to heat emboss my tree. So I'm going to take my sticky ink pad. I'm going to take a scrap piece from my winner's names. I'm just going to put this on here like so. And then I'm going to heat emboss all of it, and then I'm going to cut the gold tree out and add it too. Now, I just went into my stash, and I've got these embossing powders from my stash. So I've got Popping Pink, Salsa. Now, a lot of you bought the ones that I launched on the show a couple of weeks ago. They sold out, unfortunately, but I'm absolutely certain you've all got wow powders of some form, okay? So I'm going to go with this green one. So a little bit of heat embossing, we love it, right? So I'm just taking my sticky ink and I'm just absolutely wetting the brooch. You can tell my ink pad's mucky. And then I'm going to take the green, although the green is getting covered. It doesn't right matter, does it? Let me just use my names, pop them on here. It's been a while, guys, since I've done an embossing, hasn't it? Oh, it feels a little bit alien. We've not done embossing for a while. What happened? Where are my tweezers? Where are you? Oh, here they are. I have my lovely sparkly brooch. So let's pop him on there for now. Let's just get rid of this powder. And let's heat set him. Might have to do it twice. I've got good coverage there. I don't think I'm going to have to do it twice, but we'll see. So let's heat set this one. So get your gun hot. Toni, Beverly's put, Toni, that is gross. Well, at least you know I brushed my teeth, because my teeth are all right. They didn't drop out, you say. Toni, that's gross. So, gun hot when the powder changes. That is a nice brooch. Right, so what I'm going to do though is, I'm just going to create a word here, guys, and then we can get back on some wonderful giveaways. So I've got the word hope. So I'm going to take the white and lay it on top of the black. Are we all sharing? Sharing my show? Share, share, share. And then I'm just going to lay this onto the black one, but just drop it a little bit so we get a nice drop shadow. So play around. You see that there? A little drop shadow. Like so. And then, because I've cut the brooch in the gold as well, I'm going to put the gold brooch on and stick him flat on top. Oh, I don't know why I've put glue on that bit because there's no there. We'll put our gold brooch on. Think about it, Tony. Do I want a green tree? Yeah, let's just go green. You can play around with the colour. $301 of you have the brooches in your basket. And it's going up. So I'm just giving you the heads up, guys, that's all. Ignore the state of that glue there, that's just my bad. So now I have my hope with my gold centre, and then this one, what's cool about these brooches is I'm going to cut away that tree. Let's keep the gold star at the top and let's cut the tree out. That looks like a Harrods Christmas tree. Look at that. I'm a bit happy with that, guys. Mind you, when am I not happy when I'm crafting? When am I not happy when I'm crafting? Oh, it's all moving a little bit fast. So then you obviously can then decide what you're going to do with it. So I have obviously the oval and the square cut, don't I? Let's grab a card. And don't forget, this can be utilised now as just an O for the O. So if because I've cut that tree away, if I grab how beautiful that is. So you could put a picture in there. Paul did that card, didn't he, with the Santa's face in the centre? That would be good. Right, so let's just do another giveaway and then we'll try and get this on a card. How is it? Are we ready? You don't have to put the camera on it, Tim. It's oh, it's on it. 15, 15. Woo! Jan Riley. Jan Riley, £15 to you. Woohoo! I'll send all codes to, you can message me or Karen and we'll do codes tomorrow if that's okay. Tony, can you remind us of all the live deal as it's all so fast? Audrey, I can. Let me just get this hope on some form of a card in some way and then I'll go through the bits and pieces. I also do really quickly want to touch on the products that I launched 2 weeks ago as well, because I have more lovely samples from my design team. So I have the oval. So let's just position. So we have a lovely, so you could do a matte and layer if you wanted to. You can do the rectangle and the oval, put some pads behind. You could do your card this way, actually. That would be quite cute, wouldn't it? So really should have gone up on that rectangle. Maybe use your embossing folders to emboss one of the nesting dies. It's total preference. Natalie, Tim just pointed out to me what you just said. Has everybody else read that? If you turned the wow die onto upside down, it would read Mom. It pretty much would, yeah. Smart pants. Smart pants. So here we go. I'm just faffing here, guys, but you could literally, if that was embossed at the back with an embossing folder, you could absolutely go to town and build a really pretty card where the focal point was actually the word. So that is the brand new 1 day special. Now, let's just have a quick run through the items I've spoke about quickly, and then I'll touch on the items at the back. So our deal drop is the Cerulean charm. You get 20% off of this at checkout. It's a 12 by 12, the paper collection, and the 7 by 7, and then the mounts where you get the seed packets and the bookmarks. That's these. So you'll get the complete collection for that price. A second deal drop is our amazing Shabby Roses, striped and core, which are these ones here. So the colour waves match seamlessly, but they have a different pattern on each. So if you grab one from each sheet and use them on the same card, you have coordination all the way through. This is our second deal drop. This has the 20% off the bundle as well. So they are our live deal drops, which drop off in 26 minutes, okay? The prices go back up after the 26 minutes. Then, Tim, shall I go back to, go to the bottom? Tim wants to show you on the screen, guys. There we go. The three, the stripe, the rose, and the thin stripes. It's not actually stripy, the top left, it's a core colour, okay? So you get your solid, your rose, and your stripe. Is that okay? And then you get your Cerulean charm, which is also a deal drop. I need to slow down a little bit, Tim can't keep up with me, bless him. So the rest of the items on the counter are your brand new brooches. One has everyday words and one has the Christmas words, and I will show you those if you like also, if that would be helpful. Here we go. Just grab mine. So we have the decorative brooches, which are all the detail, and all of the detail brooches fit seamlessly within the two words. So you have wonderful and wow, which is more of an everyday. So it has the big wonderful and the big wow. And then we have love, hope and joy, which is hope, love and joy. And they're big words like focal points on your cards. And these are part of the buy 3, save 10. So there's that one. Then you have your two nesting, oval and rectangle. The oval's mega, guys. If you're just buying one, get the oval. So we have our two nesting, which is the waste free. So if you're cutting them all in frames, put them all inside each other and have less waste on your cardstock. Hence why they're called waste free, but great nesting dies and shapes for your cards. And then we have Holly and Berry, which is that complete paper collection that we launched 2 or 3 weeks ago. And it is one of our now best sellers. So we have that paper collection. As you can see, though, everything's pretty much selling fast. We have limited stock on the pine cones. Wow. And then 327 of you have the brooches in your, and the Seth Apter Heritage quads have now sold out. Let me just show you some of our amazing samples that we've had since launch because I've had a ton more through. So oak slices, they're just there. You can see them on the screen. And it's those two shaped like oak slices that put the detail into the wood effect. It's just incredible. And if you loved our other ones where we did a plain circle and a heart, this is just an add-on to the family to give you variation in sizes and in dimension. Absolutely wonderful. So it is your oak slice. You get the 6 dies. Okay, so let me show you some of the, look at this. So that is our snowdrift die there. You get the oak slice, the flowers and the birds. That is a beauty. Nobody can do it like Stamps by Me, right? Having a cracking Christmas. And then you've got General Chestnut there, which is coming up next. So use the slicers on the mounts. So you get the lovely birds and then the word joy. And then look at this one here. So make it like a bit more abstracty in your card making and not just have them as oak slices. Use them with your incredible painted mounts and paper collection that you all love from here at Stamps by Me. So this is your oak slices. Okay, absolute winner is that one. And then we have, I only have one extra sample for the perfect pine cones, but it's a good one, guys. So it's a mixed media type style one and it's from Paul. So here we go. So you've got the big pine cones and all of the lovely embellishments to boot there. A little bit rustic, this one. So, but you could do it white on white and have tons of sparkle on it. So you just need to see the vision with this one. And it's where the actual pine cone is real. It looks like a real pine cone. I'm just going to pop the wings up here and tilt it up for you. And you can see why this has been our bestseller for about 4 years now. And this is the mummy to the family. I'll just tilt that up there. Look at that. You can see the whole pine cone in beautiful. I'm going to say incredible, but I say incredible all the time. So I'm saying beautiful. Absolutely awesome. There's so many in baskets, right? See, this is what I mean. I'm touching on them, thinking everybody's seen them. Actually, not everybody's seen them. Because 48 of you, 42 of you have this in your basket. So somebody's looking at them. And then the last one is General Chestnut. So here's our layering stencils, the most popular. This one is, I've said this for about 2 weeks, it's hanging on by a thread. It didn't even get to trade, okay? So let's show you the new samples on here. So basically the layering stencils do the colour, you stamp and then you dye, all built in to this. And then if you build it in with your amazing embossing folders, Pat says her pine cones come out every year. This is what I mean. And look, if you do the slicing like a blue, just to change it up, nice background there. What about with your tails and tweets? Colour coordinate it all, make it all match beautifully. Oh, look, green to green. And then here are some of the earlier ones that some of you may have seen as well. So total options. They don't have to be used all as a threesome. Just use the stamps and with your embossing powders if you want to. There we go. So what do we think? Did we like General Cheesewig, says Rihanna. General Cheesewig, that's stuck, hasn't it? Blooming sun. General Cheesewig. And then I said it live in the show, didn't I? What a plonker, what a plonker. So there we go. That is the complete show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let's do a lovely spin to close the show and see if we can get to that 100. And we'll add it to the list. And we will send you some codes either tomorrow or Saturday. Well, tomorrow we'll do the codes tomorrow. So to get your codes, to receive your codes, all you've got to do is message me or Karen and we will create a code and send it out to you. And you don't have to buy a single thing to use your code. You can just use the code to the amount. If you don't use the full amount, if it's a quid short, you don't get your quid though. Okay? Make sure you spend it well. So let's spin the wheel and then let's go through the comments and see who has won this time. Ready, steady, cook. Oh, look at Santa over there. No, forget about that. Oh, that's a good one to end on. So the winner, woohoo, that is a good one. So this person gets to pick something from the show. Anything from the show. So maybe pick something that you haven't got. Is everybody excited for this? Get commenting. I'll give you an opportunity to get commenting. Let's see the comments come through, and then I'll do a twirly whirly. And then let's see. So whoever wins this gets to pick. Now you can either message me or Karen if you need time to think about it. But if you know exactly what you want, then just shout out on the screen, okay? Are we ready? My battery's about to die on my phone. Right, okay. Ba, 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 ba. We'll get one of the recent comments. Marilyn Squire. Marilyn, where have you been all my life? You've just won something from the show and you can pick whatever you like. Let me just write it down in case she knows. Well done, sweetheart. Where's my list? Oh, it's here. Panic over. Well done, sweetheart. Is she on? I can't see her because I'll look out. Is she on? Have a look. Congratulations. I don't know if she's on. Oh, she is. The Christmas music. She's probably thinking about it. I don't have Christmas music in the show. Are you watching the same show? Okay. Well done, congratulations, thank you, Tony, I'm gobsmacked. Well, think about it, Marilyn, no rush, let us know, me or Karen, and we'll sort it out for you. Somebody picked the full collection last time, didn't the full Holly and Berry collection, which was awesome. Tim's giving me the eyeballs again. He's worse than me though, guys, you know it, right? Love this idea, says Melissa. Well, thank you so much. So that is the end of the show. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like the new products. They will begin to be dispatched as of tomorrow, as we are nearly back on track. And if you've added to previous order, thank you so much. We will get them out ASAP. So whatever you're doing, it's Friday tomorrow. I'm not with you at all tomorrow, hence why we're live tonight. I will see you all on my Monday night live at 6 o'clock. And we'll do some demos with some more of our new and latest products. So I hope you can join me. We always do a giveaway, and we also have a crafty chat and catch up on the what, the whys and the whens. So I will see you all later. Enjoy the Christmas music, guys, because guess what? It's about 16 weeks to Christmas. Santa's coming, only if you've been good, though. I will see you all later. Take care, guys. Bye.